Okay, so in this video, what I want to cover is a couple things. One, we're going to cover Bitcoin and what my goals are for Bitcoin, what I'm working on with cryptocurrency. Two, we're going to cover the news, see what's going on in the news, some exciting things. And then three, just kind of catch up on some challenges that I'm running into studying and things like that. So really excited about this video. Let's hack at it. So I'm excited today to talk about the blockchain, cryptocurrency. I'm really diving deep into that now because through CompTIA Security Plus, I was learning about encryption, different types of cryptography, and it just led me into, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. I was always interested in it. I just didn't know how to get into it, and especially, I don't know if you're from Canada, but if you are, you'll find the same challenges that I found. But I found a solution. But I found was, how do you purchase a Bitcoin or any altcoin or anything along that line? What does that all mean? How do you purchase that from Canadian dollars to actually having a coin? And then how do I use that coin? How do I send? How do I receive? How do I buy? How do I sell? Like all that great stuff. And then how do I take that coin and convert it back into actual monetary, currency for me to be able to pay my bills, do all that. And as I was going through my research, I was finding more and more people were having the same problem of, oh, you can use this solution, but not this solution. But you can use that service, but doesn't work for this. And it's like, you hear that, oh, for United States or other countries, yeah, they use that. Okay, but then when you read Canadians using it, they're like, oh, it doesn't work. And they've had their money, trapped into the system because they can't do anything with it. So I'm sitting there going, okay, how do I figure out Bitcoin if I can't use it, if I can't invest in it? And I found a solution. I found out how to buying it from Canadian dollars to converting it to, cryptocurrency to sending, paying for things, doing all that great stuff, and then how to send it back to myself, if the investment grows and so forth, how to take that and put it back into my hands so I make money. So I really figured out that system, that process, and it might change, but hoping it's going to evolve and become better. With that in mind, that got me interested in now investing. So this week I started investing, and then I'm going to be starting to talk about cryptocurrency a lot more on Fridays, on my Friday videos. But I just want to give you some insight because I know this is daily cybersecurity, and I'm talking about my journey and the way I'm going and what I'm working on, just the things that are evolving, because I think they're interesting for any IT person or even yourself if you're not in IT, just to keep connected to what's going on. The next thing that I'm working on is studying, and I'm finding studying as hit and miss right now in the past couple of days because of Halloween and things are going on. But I'm, learning so much. I'm learning about programming. I'm learning about like all the great things that, like in programming, I mean Python programming. I'm learning about Linux. I'm learning all these great things that I'm going to be using. It's just, wow, I realize how much I don't know, and just having to put some sweat equity and just keep pushing myself and keep better and better and better. So that's kind of my challenges that I'm going through. And they're minor, not big deals, but they're just little things that I'm working on. So that's it for this section. Let's get over to the news.
Okay, so let's jump over into the news. So the article that I found today was from Dark Reading, and it was about Office 365 missed 34,000 phishing emails last month. And I'm just going to read through it here. Nearly 10% of emails delivered to Office 365 inbox were spam, phishing messages, and known or zero-day malware. Microsoft Office 365 missed 9.3% emails containing spam, phishing, and malware from the beginning of September through early October, report Cyren researchers who analyzed 10.7 million messages. The threat intelligence firm gauges clients' email security with its email security gap analyst tool. Inbound emails are processed by its email security system, and all messages that go onto users' inboxes are BCC to Cyren's system for automated analysts. It's a standard engagement we have with clients, says Pete Starr, Cyren's Director of Field Engineering. But occasionally we get some interesting nuggets of information. Researchers were curious about how Office 365 was performing, which led to the evaluation of its security. During the month of September, Cyren analyzed 10.7 million emails forwarded by Office 365 to users' mailbox to companies. Testing during that time frame of the messages evaluated, 9.7 million, 90.7% were found to be clean. This included 4.6 million newsletter emails, which made up nearly half legitimate email traffic. Nearly 1 million, 9.3% of messages were spam or malicious emails missed by Office 365, says Cyren, knowing that the standard Office 365 email server has Exchange Online Protection, EOP, to protect against malware and spam. The false negatives should not have made it to your inbox. So just something mindful for yourself is, as you're going through your email, make sure it's from a legitimate source. I know a lot of us get tons and tons of email. So if it's not from someone that you personally know, or if it's even from someone you know the email address, but they're telling you to click on a link, take that link, post it into a notepad, make sure it's a valid link, make sure it's not a short link. If it's a short link, go to where does this link go and see where it actually takes you. But don't click on things you don't know. Don't download PDFs, Excel documents, Word documents, anything along that line. Don't open them unless you're expecting those documents. Don't do it, just because a lot of these things have malware, viruses inside of it, scripting and coding sometimes inside of them that will execute. So just be very mindful of this. It just goes to show that we really have to be mindful of the day-to-day actions that we work with and use our technology. That it's not just this mindless thing where you got your phone and you're just kind of like clicking away and whatever. You really have to think, oh, who's this email from? Was I expecting a document? And then email them back, or just message them back saying, hey, you know what? Were you supposed to be sending me a document? What's this document all about? And then they go, what document? Then okay, it's spam. Let them know that maybe their email address has been compromised, and just go forward that way. So just some tips that, when you're looking at email spam and what to work with on my side. And if you have any more tips or comments, comment below. I'd like to hear kind of your feedback. So that's it for today's video. I'm going to finish early today. Don't forget, software is hackable. Being connected is vulnerable. I'll see you next video.